Right, we are live. 1 second. Now, the audio might not be great, so I've got to get some feedback in the chat. 1 second. Oh, God, this is going to slow up for me now and not work. Go on, please work. My computer's been running really slow because I've got about 100 tabs open. There we go. I could close the tabs. But no. Right. I'm just going to see if anyone's in the chat yet. Sorry, bear with me. I'm doing this new. I've got this new microphone. And I need to see whether it's actually working or not. I don't even know. Right. People in the chat. Is this working, this microphone? I'm probably deafening people here if it's this close to me. We've got Gary in the chat, Southwest Sellers, and we've got Mr. Happy Dappy. Hi, guys. So, yeah, just let me know, is it too loud? Is it probably too loud because my voice is really overpowering anyway? Or is it too quiet? Is the audio better? Is it worse? I don't know. I'm literally testing this out. Sound and picture good, a bit loud. Okay, cool. I can turn it down. Right, how's that? Is that okay? Is that okay? That might be a bit quiet now. I've turned it down quite a lot, but we'll get there in the end. At least it's working. Hey there, see you clearly and hear you. Cool. So I've just turned it down. So if it's now too low, please tell me, and then I'll put it somewhere in the middle on the dial. The hyper pickers in the chat. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I've got a microphone now. I look so cool with this. I mean, I've always wanted a microphone, so it's pretty cool. Paradox Picker is in there. Wow, we've got quite a few people watching already. Right, 18 people already. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I actually got this microphone. Well, I shouldn't put it up there, but I actually got this microphone to do. I don't know how close to hold it. I mean, anyway, I actually got this microphone to do voiceover recordings for future comedy shorts. And yeah, it's really, really good for doing voiceover recordings and stuff. So yeah, I thought, why not use it for Thursday talks as well, you know, if it works. So yeah, I thought, yeah, I'll have a microphone. I like it. I feel professional. You going to lay down some sick beats and rap ads? Nick says. Nick's in the chat. Well, I did think about singing, but I think that would go down too well. So I probably won't sing, but I'm very bad at singing, but I like to think I'm really good. But yeah, I'm not going to do beats or anything like that. Not like the whole boom, like that. I'm not going to do that. That's terrible. I can't do that. A friend in college actually was trying to teach me like rapping and stuff, and he just kept saying like, do the boots and cats and boots and cats and that. It's like, what? How do you even do that? We've got Glitter Sunflower in there, and we've got who else? Oh no, that's everyone. So yeah, topic today. Actually, it's coincidence that Nick's in the chat there. Zahir was talking about burnout when I was on the guest slot with Nick. Zahir sort of brought up burnout, and I don't know whether it was a question in the chat or something, but I thought I'll actually do a video on it because it's something that I've always suffered with working in terms of like I work every day. I won't have a full day off, and I wanted to touch on burnout, not specifically time off, because I talk about that so much, but actually burning out and talking about when you realize you're burnt out and when you realize it, what you need to do once you have realized it, and then how you can go about basically getting back to a position where you can actually work again and you feel like you're being productive in your work. And maybe I thought I'd talk a little bit about kind of the stages of burnout and what can happen, because I've kind of gone through it, but I've just kind of carried on. I've like gone through burnout, and then I've had a little tiny bit of time off, but then it's like the next day I'll get up and do it again. And yesterday, to be honest, we were recording a part of the comedy short, the Reseller comedy short. And, you know, I was with Danny most of the day. I was with Ryan. And we just sort of had a bit of a lazy day yesterday. So I suppose, in that way, that was a way that I could cope with burnout, actually just leaving things, putting things down and just doing that. That was a really good thing yesterday, that I managed to have a little bit of time out and you know, combat that burnout a little bit. But in terms of, oh wait, what have we got? We've got the Reseller gentleman in there. Good afternoon, everyone. Is everyone having a good day? Yeah, I'm doing well. I've just picked up my auction purchases this morning, actually. Where are we? Neil is in the chat. Neil Patterson, Southwest Sellers. It will take you longer than that. eBay is broken. Oh, what is eBay down? I've not even listed it. See, I've only picked up my auction purchases today, so you know, I don't know. I've not really been on eBay. Although I did get a ka-ching. Oh yeah, a bit of a juicy. Well, I suppose not a juicy story, but a bit of a story. I'll tell you in a minute, actually, about what happened last night. Basically, I woke up last night and I got a ka-ching. So I don't know, was it working last night or something? That was at like 1 o'clock. And then this morning I went on it on my phone and it was working. So I don't know. But as long as it's working on the mobile app, that's all I need day to day. You know, I mean, I do go on, I do use the computer daily as well to do eBay, but worst comes to worst, I can do most of it on my phone because I list on my phone anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to be listing later on tonight, so I'm hoping it'll be up for them. And actually, I need to go on there, you know, when I'm doing my parcels and labeling up and stuff. So I will actually need it for that. Not for me. Oh, it's just a bit of chat. Been trying to do one listing for the last hour. Then last half an hour. Photos won't upload. Oh my god. Funny thing was, I was having that trouble with YouTube this morning, completely unrelated, but it was just funny. It just made me think. Then I'm trying to upload a thumbnail for basically what I've done, to give you a bit of context, is yesterday we were filming a Reseller comedy short trailer or teaser, a taster. Sorry. So before I wanted to do a taster trailer that encompasses what I'm about, what these comedy shorts are going to be about, what my comedy is like, what my style is like. So what I wanted to do is to do sort of a belated version of that, and a bit of a late version of it, in the sense of an actual sort of a taster trailer. So, for example, what I'm thinking is that someone comes onto my channel and they then see the trailer for some reason, or the taster, and then in that taster, they understand what all the comedy shorts are going to be about, what the style of my comedy is, that sort of area. And I wanted to do a trailer for that age, but I just didn't do it. So I've kind of done that, but the good thing is it actually works quite well as a standalone comedy short. So although it's like a trailer or a teaser trailer or a taster or whatever you want to call it, it does work quite well as a standalone comedy short. We didn't get around to recording the other one that I wanted to do, so because one of the props didn't come, so we've got to do that at a later date. But anyway, yeah, so I'll tell you this story from last night. I'll only be quick because it's not Reseller related, but you know what my channel's like. I always do this. But this one I have to tell you because, you know, it was a big thing. It doesn't happen around here a lot. So there was a storm last night, right? And it's quite interesting, this story, really. But there was a storm last night, or quite attention grabbing. So there was a storm last night and lightning and stuff like that. And I was asleep at this point. It was just gone midnight and I was asleep. And apparently what happened was a strong lightning bolt came down and it hit an aerial. and this was 2 doors down. It hit an aerial, and it blew all the plugs in the house, and basically it you know, the plugs caught fire or whatever. There was a fire that started. And then I woke up at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was all these like blue lights. And I was like, what's this blue lights lighting up my room? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try and go back to sleep. I wasn't in the mood, you know. It's like, right, I'm going back to sleep. I tried for about half an hour to get back to sleep, but these blue lights, you couldn't get to sleep. But anyway, I looked out the window, and there was 2 massive fire engines there. And I was like, what is going on? My mum had apparently gone out. My next door neighbour that way had gone out. All people from around the neighbourhood had gone out, you know, see what was going on. But yeah, and then the fire engines obviously didn't leave till about 3 a.m. Because, you know, we have to stay for a while to make sure everything's all right and stuff. But that meant I didn't get much sleep last night. But yeah, it was just I mean, I wouldn't say I was like majorly shocked. I mean, if it had been my house, well, not my house, but if it had been this house, my mum and dad's house, yeah, I would have been a lot more shocked and sprung into action. But yeah, I mean, it certainly was different and like a bit wow, you know, in your face. But yeah, so the lady, there's only one lady who lives in that house down there. I think she slept around someone else's house or something, because obviously she couldn't go back in the house. No one was hurt, luckily. I should have said that at the start, but no one was hurt or anything, or not bad enough to go to hospital or anything like that. I think they did have a little bit of smoke inhalation, but it wasn't at all bad, because my next door neighbour managed to get her out of the house quite quickly. But yeah, I mean, it was one of them. It was a shocker, you know. Yeah, sorry, Glitter Sunflower says that, are the people okay? Yeah, I should have maybe started with that, you know. Yeah, the people are fine. There was only one person, as I say, in the house, but yeah, she was okay. But I mean, as I've mentioned before, it's quite a tight-knit community around here. And you know, my mum ran out and she went to hug this lady, because she was like, oh, is she all right? You know, all that, because it's really nice around here. It's a really nice community. And yeah, it was, I mean, it was certainly a bit of a shocker for me. I mean, it wasn't too much, to tell you the truth, I wasn't majorly shocked at it, but you know, there was other people who were, you know, obviously out there looking, making sure people were all out, all that sort of stuff. But all I wanted to do, being the grumpy young person I am, is, oh, I want to get back to sleep. But yeah, as soon as I knew that, you know, she was okay, and that, I was like, oh, I want to get back to sleep. But yeah, where are we? Where are we in the chat? Slim Picking says, missed the start of the chat. Is that a microphone or a very thin thermos flask? No, you know, it could be. It's actually for, as I said a minute ago, for voiceovers. So you're meant to actually extend this out here and put it on your desk. And basically, if you don't know, when you do a voiceover, on some editing software or whatever, having one of these is much better, because it basically, I don't know what the word is, maybe muffles the sound is right, but when you do a voiceover that's not through one of these, just through your computer speakers or a computer microphone, it becomes quite rusky. Is that a word? No, rusky, that's not a word. Rustic, or like oh, what's the word? Just a bit husky. That's it. A bit husky, your voice. And it doesn't sound great when you're doing the voiceover, but this is really nice. It does. It really, really muffles your voice nicely. You know, it's very clear, crisp. I don't know whether muffle is the right word, but yeah, anyway, your voice is very, it removes background noise and stuff like that. But yeah, it is really nice. So I'm glad I got it. And then I thought, you know what? You can just put these like this, and I can use it for Thursday talks if it works. So what else? What else? So burnout. Getting back to the actual reselling topic, you know, after 10 minutes of rambling. Yeah, I mean, what I've found is certainly when I'm getting to a point of burnout, I'll go tired, obviously. I generally try to keep going. And, you know, that's all well and good when you're keeping going. But you know, you've got to realize, and it's what I found is it's very, very hard to actually judge the point where you're like, right, unless you're like really fatigued and tired and you just conk out. But I mean, it's very hard to judge when is the right time to stop and completely stop. You know, you might be a bit tired of something, but then you might say, oh, carry on. Oh, I'll carry on. And then you might stop a little bit and then you think, oh, I'm getting quite tired now. And then you think, no, I've got to push through this. I've got to carry on. And for me personally, it's very hard to define that line, that moment, whether it be from tiredness or whether it be from, oh, I don't know. There's loads of, even just like, maybe you've just done a lot of work for the past 5 days in a row and you're trying to keep going, trying to keep doing that work. And it might not specifically be tiredness, but just you're fed up. You're starting to feel like your work's a chore because you've been doing it for vast amounts of time and really been putting a lot of mental effort into your work. And over a period of days or weeks or whatever, that builds up on you. And it might not necessarily be a tiredness in, you know, specifically, but it certainly is burnout in, you know, in a sense of the word. Wow, eBay is on fire. Third sale since ads went live. Wow, that's awesome. I have done about 78 quid today, between, I think 78 quid. That was very specific, wasn't it? I was like, I think I've done about £78 today. That was very specific. I could have said, oh, I think I've done around 80 quid, but no, I must know it. I must know it. So yeah, I think I've done 78 quid today, exactly, or thereabouts. But yeah, so not too bad. I mean, yesterday was a bit slow. I think I did about 80 yesterday. And really, as I've mentioned countless times, I like to be, you know, at the 100 or over 100 a day. So yeah, I mean, 80 yesterday wasn't great. I think it was 82 or something, 82 yesterday. But most of August has been fairly good. I'm still on to do my normal monthly target, so that's cool. I'm actually 5 days ahead of my monthly target because the start of the month was pretty good. So, you know, I can't complain. Oh, big news as well. Just remembered, I am getting my cabinet. I know a lot of people are interested to hear this. So, and again, it's reselling related. So, you know, I'm not going too much off topic. But yeah, basically, they rang me up yesterday, left a message because I don't know where I was. I think I was out actually at the time doing the comedy short. And then I got a message last night, and then I rang back this morning at 10 o'clock because they don't open till 10 o'clock. And yeah, I'm going to go down on Monday and they're going to talk me through a few bits and bobs and, you know, I don't know, you know, payment and stuff like that, and just looking at the cabinet and all that sort of stuff. But I've already looked at the cabinets. I've already got dimensions and things like that. I've already got a full 2 boxes worth of stuff all labeled up with prices on, ready to go. So, you know, I can't see there being much more information I need, but they're just going to do that. And then either, I don't know whether it'll be on that day I can actually fill it up, but maybe a week later or something, I'll be able to fill it up just before the 1st of September. I'm going to be getting it for a 3-month term. That's free, because I know I don't pronounce my free and my free right. So 3 months, 3-month term. So that will take me to September, October, November, all of October, all November. And then we'll kind of assess then at maybe the end of November. I'd be quite tempted to actually just see it through all of the year, because obviously I don't know how December's going to be, December being a good month, but I don't know whether antique centres see much of a rise in December. I don't know. I honestly just don't know. But yeah, I might see it through to the end of the year. But what I'm trying to do is assess in those 3 months, over the course of the 3 months, not day by day, not week by week, over the course of the 3 months, if I invest my £30 a month for the cabinet and I put X number of things in there, whatever, have I made a decent profit on that over the 3 months? When I get my cabinet, I will probably do a video, but I don't know, like a vlog style video, but I don't know whether I'll be able to film the actual cabinet. But what I might do is just take a few cheeky pics and then just superimpose the images in the video. But yeah, I will certainly do some sort of video showing you that, because I know there's a lot of people been waiting for this, because I said on video about 3 or 4 months ago now I was on the waiting list, and yeah, really happy it's came. And then obviously if the cabinet's going really well, I might expand into more cabinets. I might get a booth. Really, the sky's the limit. I don't know, but we're just taking it step by step at the moment, and just see how this one cabinet does. And it's all good. It's all progressive towards my goals and the mystery project and things like that. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that, you know, that was I was really excited yesterday, you know, to get that news. Would love a cabinet to sell the vintage crockery I pick up from auctions. Have you not got any, like, surely you've got some antique centres and stuff around where you are, but what I found is the waiting list. You know, you can be on them forever. I was like the 7th or 8th. I was 7th or 8th on the waiting list. And that took, as I say, about, well, you'll see my first video when I mentioned it if you go back, you know, on my videos. But it must have been 3 or 4. It's at least 2 or 3 months ago. So, yeah, I don't know about booths. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to get a booth in months and months and months. I really don't know, you know. But I can at least try. But yeah, I mean, surely there's some antique cabinets or antique booths where you are, you know, antique centres. But yeah, my one, you know, this one's all right. It's reasonable price, £30 a month. So if you say that there's an average of 30 days a month, you know, it's £1 a day you're paying. Now, I just like breaking it down like that to make it feel more manageable. But, you know, 30 quid a month, that's, you know, 30 quid a month. You can break it down how you like, but it's 30 quid a month, you know. But yeah, so I'm happy with that. I've got some really nice pieces of fat lava to go in there. I want to put some fat lava in there because in that antique centre, when I did a little bit of recon before, well, actually around the time of actually going on the waiting list, I saw not one, and this is you know, it's not a massive centre, but we've got a lot of cabinets and we've got a fair few booths in this centre. I saw not one. Now, I could have missed one, but I didn't see, when I was walking around and I looked in every booth, in every cabinet, up and down, and I did not see one piece of fat lava. Now, that says to me, people have learned that fat lava doesn't sell in cabinets and booths. Or it says to me that they're not taking advantage of a market that could be capitalized on. So I'm trying it out with the fat lava, stick a few nice pieces in there, attractive pieces, and we'll see. And maybe I could actually get a little bit of you know, maybe a bit of a gap in the market there at that antique centre in terms of selling the fat lava. But you know what will happen? Other dealers will come in and say, oh, he's got some fat lava there. And then they take note of it and when it sells and stuff, or if it sells. And then, well, if he can do that. And then they end up, oh, that's sold. Yeah, I'll get some fat lava. And then it becomes, you know, not a gap in the market. But we'll see. Yeah, corner of the market, lol. Do they take a cut of your earnings from the booth ads? No, but it's not a booth. It's just a cabinet. It's just a little cabinet. But from the booth, I don't know. Like, you know, the actual antique booth, if you're to get a big area, I don't know. But from the cabinet, we don't. It's just a flat rate, £30 a month for rent on there. But yeah, which is nice. A booth would be too big as I do not sell furniture. Ah, that's a good point. Yeah. I mean, I would have to get into a bit of furniture maybe to, I mean, I don't mind. I want to get into everything, you know. I mean, there are a few pieces of furniture I do eye up at the auction, you know, each week when I go, and I think, oh, it'd be lovely to buy that, but it's just not viable at the moment with the space, you know, so I just leave it. But yeah, yeah, so that's something to consider. Yeah, furniture, booth might be too big, you know, if you're not doing furniture and stuff. But then again, you could always fill it with, well, yeah, so I don't know. I mean, you could always fill it with, trying to think. You could fill it with other bigger items that aren't furniture, but I don't know. I missed the start. Does the antique centre... don't worry, we've only been talking about this for a minute anyway. We've not been talking about it since the start. Does the antique centre have stipulations, what a great word, of what you can't sell there? Very, very good question. I have got that bomb, that not bomb, that scratch that. It's not a bomb, but it's a you'd be like thinking I'm mad. You've got a bomb? What? No, it's a hand grenade fire extinguisher, and it's that blue cobalt glass one. And it's got a chemical in it, or it might have a chemical in it. It might either be salt water, or it might be this chemical. I think it's something like tetrachloride or something. I don't know. But that's what I've got to find out on Monday, whether, you know, something like that could have a very harmful chemical in, is it okay for me to put that in my cabinet? Because some customer could pick it up, could drop it, and if they get exposure to that chemical, you know, it's very, very harmful. So, yeah, it's something I've got to ask. What can I sell there? What can I sell there? You know, I mean, pottery and, you know, collectible coins and, you know, stamps and brassware and all that normal antique stuff is fine. Is absolutely fine, because I've seen that there. But things like that are a bit niche and you know, have got stipulations with it in terms of, you know, the fact that it is a chemical inside it, or could be. Yeah, you've got to be careful. I've got to obviously ask them, because if I put that in there, didn't ask them, it could probably come back to haunt me at some point if something went wrong. I don't know what their public liability insurance is. I don't know how all that works, but what I want to be is completely upfront with them, so then they know exactly what's going in my cabinet. So then, you know, if there's breakages or whatever, we're all fine. We know what's gone in there. We know that everything that goes in there can go in there, all that sort of stuff. It's the best way to be. Scavenger hunt. I thought I was scavenger life, and I thought, oh God, we've got a celebrity in the chat here. A reselling celebrity. Have you got that snakeskin bag yet? I remember you bought it ages ago. Yeah, I think I sold that, you know. I don't know what. Yeah, sorry, have you sold? Yeah, I think I have sold that. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember, but I think I have. I had a lot of interest in it, a lot of offers. I think I bought it for like £6, didn't I? It was on a complete punt. And if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember correctly, I had it listed for about 20 or 25, and I think I sold it for around that price, but I honestly don't know. I sell that much. The funny thing was, I was in a charity shop today, and I was looking at a Michael Jackson poster, and I thought, hang on a minute, I picked one of them up from the boot sale ages ago, a similar one. And I thought, what did I do with that? And you know what? I cannot remember. I don't know whether I sold it. Don't know whether I chucked it. Don't know what happened. That David Tennant cardboard cutout I got, it was in a video. Where the hell that's gone, I do not know. I don't know whether I've chucked it out. I might have chucked it out, but I don't know. I don't know whether I've listed it. I don't think I ever listed it. I actually don't even think I ever listed it. Things go, when you've got an inventory like mine, or you've got an inventory of maybe above 500, and you've got unlisted stock on top of that, it's a nightmare. It is. You just don't know what you bought, don't know what you've sold. And, you know, on average, I worked out the other day, I'm selling about 250 items between eBay and Amazon a month. And that's in a slow month. That isn't necessarily in fourth quarter. So, you know, I mean, my business is getting to that point now where, oh God, you know, you've got a lot of sales and a lot of stuff. That was huge. How did you lose that? Oh, what do you mean? Is it a different? That snakeskin. Well, I don't know. It wasn't that huge. It was only like that big. But no, I've lost bigger things. I've lost that big David Tennant cardboard cutout. But no, I don't know. It might still be in storage. It might still be listed. I honestly don't know. But I have a feeling I did sell it for some reason. Ads, have you read what the side effects of tetrachloride? I would not try and sell it or have it in my house. No, I'm selling that. No, I think I don't think there's a problem with selling it. So long as I suppose I'd have to take the correct precautions. But the thing is, I mean, yeah, I mean, having it in my house, I've had it in my house for a few months now. It's been fine. It's in a safe area, or well, not safe area, like, you know, like bulletproof safe or whatever, but it's in a fairly safe area. It's not going to fall anywhere or anything like that. But no, I was very, very worried about having it in the house. But over time, my worry has gone completely down because nothing's happened to it. But I kind of do want to get it out the house. If they say it's cool at Blakemere, if they say it's fine, you know, at the antique centre, then I don't have a problem with taking it there and putting it in my cabinet. But I will have to talk to him about, well, what, you know, in the instance of a customer picking it up and it breaks or whatever, where do I stand? You know, what, I mean, does it come back to me? I mean, do I get a headache from it? I just don't know. So I think if you go about making sure you've set up precautions to cover yourself when you're selling it, I think it's fine to sell it. But yeah, I mean, having it in the house, that was a big thing at the start. And I do kind of want it out the house. Right, then I think that's all the questions in the chat. I'll just quickly go up. 1 second. Oh, that's it. Yeah, tetrachloride. I think it's that. The mic is okay. It's not too loud then, is it? Because you know what my voice is like. And my voice is really, really loud. I will be going in a little while because I've got so much to do. I've got packing to do. I've not even done my packing yet, so I need to do my packing. So it might not be a full hour show, but it'll be near enough. But yeah, let's see how many people got watching. For some reason, it's not coming up on my other little thing. Oh my God, we've got 33 people watching. Wow, that's awesome. Must be the new mic. I think everyone loves the new mic. You know, I think, oh yeah, I've got a microphone. He's got a microphone now. He's professional now. I'm gonna view Thursday Talks. We're going to get all the way up to 100 viewers in the next few weeks just because I've got a microphone and I'm looking professional on the thumbnails. Let's do a little thumbnail now like this. There we go, a little thumbnail. I'll have to remember to actually put that thumbnail in there. And now we've just lost 2 viewers because of that. Oh, great. Me and my big mouth. Anyway, let's go into the chat. Savage Sellers finished my 5 listings. You are free to go. Is that what you do every week, Gary? You do like 5 or 10 listings as a target during this show. Here we go. Glitter Sunflower says, like the mic. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's lovely. If you want one, they're only like 16 quid off Amazon. So, you know, I'll have to play the video back to actually see how the, you know, the audio is, because I really do want to check that out. Would you have carried that David Tennant thing home or on a bus if you had to? Probably not. Maybe, but that is a good consideration. Like, for example, when I know I've not got a lot of space in the car, like I've got, for example, say I've got an auction hall and then we go to some charity shops afterwards because it's convenient to do so. I always think to myself, right, I can't get a big item. So although if there's a big item, it just will not fit in the car, you have to leave it. So the same applies to if I was on a bus or on the train. I've never really actually, have I been to town with? Yeah, I think I've been into my local town on the train before a couple of times. But I mean, generally I just use the car. But yeah, I mean, if I was on the train or the bus, big items are a no-no because it's effort carrying them home. It's hard enough when I get a big item from the charity shop down the road. You know, I can't bother carrying a big item back from there. You know, it's 10, 12-minute walk, something like that. But when you've got big, heavy items, it's really hard just to carry them back. I had a load of magazines one time, railway modeler magazines. I showed them in an episode of Thursday Talks, I think. And yeah, they were a nightmare to carry back. They really were. And it was only a 10-minute walk. But, you know, magazines, when you mount up on you, they can get really, really heavy. Oh, I've got an auction haul today as well. But I actually went to pick it up. But I might do that tomorrow. I might actually come live tomorrow. I don't know. It depends if I have time. But if I do go live, I won't be showing the entire haul. I'll just be picking out some random bits. I actually went overboard on die cast a little bit. I got Corgi, Dinky, Matchbox, that sort of stuff. I got 6 boxes worth. I think there's some Tonka and stuff in there as well. But yeah, I got 6 boxes worth. Yeah, Gary. yeah, Gary says, show us your bits. No, I won't be showing you those bits, but yeah, I can show you my auction bits like tomorrow or something. Ads, did you get the Amazon fee email today? I did not, but I'm waiting yeah, right. I'm waiting. Can you tell me a bit more about that retro actually? Because I'm waiting for an email to say your items have been dispatched for return or something like that. You know the email, like we have dispatched your long-term storage items and they're on the way back to you or whatever it says. Now, what? Oh, and the date has been moved to 31st of April. Oh, right, okay, right. Yeah, I had an email yesterday, and this unnerved me a little bit. And I thought I'd done something wrong. They sent me an email saying FBA fulfillment request complete or something like that. And I click into the email, I think, oh, great, this is to tell me that my items are being returned to me. Great, because 16th or 15th it was, I got the email. So I thought, great, yeah, you know, good. Click into the email, and it says, we have fulfilled your destroy request or something, or disposal request of said items. Oh my God, what the hell has gone on? Now, for some reason, I don't know why, I might have been pressed for time or whatever at the moment, but, you know, in that moment, but I didn't click through to the site and see the list of items that were getting sent back. And I just thought, oh, right, it must be for something else or something. But it did unnerve me, and I was wondering what that is. So I don't know, is that the error? Because obviously Retroboot this there is saying they made an error. So maybe that's the error, and maybe hopefully the items have not been destroyed. But that's what I got. So, oh yeah, it was a bit scary. Imagine if you was carrying that tenant thing home and a dog weed against it and it got caught in the bus doors. That would probably happen to me. That is something that happened, like things like that always seem to happen to me. But on the reverse side of that, really good things happen as well. You know, but yeah, some bad things have happened to me. It's funny. Yeah, I could be here all day. Honestly, I could probably talk for about 5 days on the things that have happened to me or the things I have done. You know, just the experiences I've had and stuff. Some of them are funny. They will be refunding fee they have charged. What fee do you mean? Are we talking about the same thing? We are talking about returns, right? So the fee to return the items, they're going to refund that because they've made an error. Is that what you're on about? The email is a bit confusing, and I'm not sure if it basically means it's free to return items until the 31st of April. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that today, actually, after this chat, because yeah, if it needs, you know, action on my part, then I need to do that ASAP. But yeah, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? But well, I suppose it's not annoying, because if they have cocked up and made a mistake, then and then obviously with these free returns till the 31st, maybe, you know, there is no fee. Maybe in effect, through through their own fault, they've kind of made it so there is free returns. I don't know. Because of their, you know, the error on their part, but that'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Like everyone saying, no, there's probably not going to be free returns, and me here saying, I want there to be free returns, and then suddenly something like this happens, and then we get free returns because of a cock up on their side. So that'd be very, very funny. That is like karma right there, or law of attraction. Although I didn't really put in any work to get that, so I suppose it's not quite law of attraction. You're right then. No, it's great. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Right. I'll look at the email if I've got it, and I'll try and suss it out. Some of the emails you get from Amazon, though, you can't make head and a tail of them, can you? Like, what the hell does that mean? Please speak in English. Can you not be like one of those guys like down the pub who are, you know, are obviously speaking really clearly in English, you know, just nice basic terminology with no, you know, fancy words and stuff. That's what I want. I want an email from Amazon that sounds like you're talking to a mate at the pub. That's what I want. I don't want an email from Amazon that's like you're talking to 7 different lawyers. What is that all about? I don't know. But yeah, Dan says hi. Dan Gleeballs, I think. Oh, I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to slander your name anymore. I can't pronounce that. I'm terrible with names. Glitter Sunflower says, how's the cat? She's fine. She had, well, I think I said this in my last video, but she had injections on Saturday, and then last injections, and she was a bit bad. To be honest, till Monday she was a bit bad, but today, oh my God, she wouldn't let me get on with stuff. You know, she's everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I think she's sleeping now though, which is good. Yeah, Amazon emails are gobbledygook. Yeah, exactly. Bumcrack Picker, here we go. Best username on YouTube. He's saying he's late. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you. Right, let's just check. For some reason, it's not telling me how many people are watching on my overall screen. So yeah, anyway, 29 people watching, which is cool. No guest or anything today. But obviously when I upload the comedy short or the trailer or teaser or whatever, Daniel will be on that for a little bit of it. So that's pretty cool. 28 watching, yeah, because Sunflower, yeah. I'm happy with that. 28 people spending my afternoon watching me rant, or rave or whatever I'm doing. Thanks, ads. I'll try and be on time in future. No, you're not going to school, for God's sake. But that reminds me, that's a very, very good idea for a comedy short. I used to go in high school. There was this other lad there in high school. It's called Jamie. He moved high school in about year 9 or year 10. So he was there from year 7 till year 9 or year 10, and then he left the school. And this was a good idea, really. And this is maybe why I keep obsessing about getting to boot sales early and trying to be the first one there. Because when we were in high school, I was fiercely competitive. Now, I was not competitive with sports. I was one of those guys, you know, like, what am I trying to say? Like, you know, you get your parents to write a note to say you can't go into PE. I was like that guy, unfortunately. But I did like badminton. I loved badminton. And I used to love it. I used to love it because when the guys used to play rugby, because I had cerebral palsy, right? Well, I mean, I have cerebral palsy in my left leg, as probably most of you are aware. And when the guys played rugby, because it was, my mum feared for me and thought, that's quite harsh, that's brutal contact and stuff. And I don't know whether she went to the doctors to get a note or whatever, but anyway, I didn't ever play rugby. Never played rugby because of, you know, my mum being scared of my leg and stuff. Not that I couldn't do it, but, you know, overprotection, all that sort of stuff. And I used to play badminton instead, and I love badminton. And I used to play it with all the girls, and I don't know where do these stories come out? I don't even know how we ended up here, but I used to play it with the girls, and I used to love badminton. It was really, really good. And, you know, I really enjoy it. But back to the point, I don't even know how we got there, but back to the point. I wasn't competitive in sports, but I was competitive in the one thing every other bugger in the school wouldn't be competitive in, except this lad, Jamie. And that was actually getting to the front of the lesson queue first. So every lesson, obviously, not the lesson before break or the lesson before lunch, because there's no lesson after that, but we would run and we would get to the lesson. So we were in a lot of the same lessons. So as soon as that bell goes, he'd put his bag on, and then I'd be like shoveling into mine, like, right, we know what we've got to do. We know what we've got to get. And then it'd be like darting off, and you're not allowed to run through the quad. So you've got to like randomly run past people and through other people to avoid the teachers. And sometimes I made it first, and sometimes he made it first. And I thought that'd be a really good idea, or a good basis for a comedy short. I don't know quite how I'd play on that. Maybe something to do with getting to a car boot first, or something like that. I don't know how I'm going to play on that, but I think something revolving around that might be a good idea, or a good basis for a comedy short. You know, that competitive nature, things like that, you know, a comedy short revolving around something like that. But I've been having a lot of ideas recently, and I kind of want to get pen to paper with them. An error. Oh, here we go. Retro says an error may have impacted the calculated inventory age and quantity data of your inventory. The error was corrected on August 10th, 2017. Is that like a little excerpt or something of the email? I can never say that word. People say it sounds like dangle balls ads. Don't worry. Yeah, well, I didn't want to say it because I was thinking I'll probably get it really wrong and it'll sound rude or something. No, it can't be dangle ball. Oh, right, dangle ball. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, I've got it now. Since the information in their reports, oh, wait, the chat's moved again. Since the information in their reports may have affected the actions you've taken on your inventory, we will automatically reverse long-term storage fee assessed. What, the actual, all of the long-term storage fee? They're actually reimbursing like your entire long-term storage fee, not just the amount that you actually get back, you know, like for, sorry, I said that wrong. Not the actual amount, you know, for the stuff that you're getting returned to you. That's amazing if they're doing that. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have a look at that email and really read into it because I need to know. Bumcrack Picker, I hated PE that much at school. I used to wag off. Wag off? What's wag off? Is that like, is that Southern for bunk off or something? Or, you know, a skive or something like that? I go around the whole school watering plants. I got away with this for ages, but I got caught on the last day of term by the horrible PE teacher. Yeah, I was saying to Danny actually yesterday, we were in his garden and we just finished playing volleyball actually, and I was saying to him, wouldn't it be bloody great if school just lasted forever? You know, all that excitement, all the, you know, all the nervousness of puberty and bodily functions going wrong in lessons and stuff like that, and you know, all the, you know, the attractiveness of the opposite sex. And, but, you know, it was very, very new. It was very, very interesting. And although I was scared and anxious as heck sometimes in school, you know, it was such an unforgettable experience. And I do wish somehow that, you know, you could extend it a little bit. I mean, at the time, I remember in year 9, I actually broke down. And I actually said to my mum, I can't do this anymore. I can't go in 5 days a week to school, 9 till 3 o'clock, go in with all these people, do this, sit down. You know, I got quite depressed, to be honest. And I just didn't think I'd do it. And that's why I kind of know I won't fit in a conventional job, because I will just be like, right, it's 9 o'clock. I've got to go in. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Right, is it time for home? Yeah, you know. But with this, it's like, yeah, I'll do a bit here, I'll do a bit there, I'll get things done. But I'll get things done on my time, you know, and that's what I love about it. You know, don't get me wrong, I work probably loads of hours more than a 9 to 5 anyway. But, you know, if you actually worked it all out over the average of a month or something. But, you know, I love it so much more because there's so much. There's no one telling me, like, look, you've got to do this at 9, you've got to do this at 1, you know, 11 minutes past 1. Here you've got to be in a meeting at X number of times. But getting back to the point about high school, yeah, I did. I broke down, and then come year 10, I was over the hump of that, and I thought, oh, I've only got like 1 year left. And yeah, I loved year 11. I absolutely loved year 11. I loved year 10 and year 11 because I worked in the school library. Yes, I am like the typical nerd. I was like, yes, I am not going to do PE. Yes, I am going to work in the school library. I was like the typical school nerd. And I actually, in year 11, when you get to become a prefect, I don't know whether you guys had that, it's a relatively new thing. I think it's American, but I don't know. I think it comes from America. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But I actually talked to my head of year, and there wasn't a prefect job that suited me, right? I didn't, you know, I didn't want to be maths prefect. I didn't want to be physical education prefect. And there was not, and I didn't want to be a general one.
I didn't want to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm just a general prefect. I couldn't stoop to that level. I'm above you. That's what I'm above you. So I actually got my head of year to make me the first ever and the only ever, I don't think there's ever been another one after me, library prefect. So I was the first ever library prefect at my high school, and they actually made a badge for me as well, like library prefect or whatever. Or no, I don't know whether they did. They made some sort of badge. I don't know whether it said library prefect on it, but I had some sort of badge, and maybe it was just a general prefect one, but for some reason, I swear I had another little badge that said library prefect or something. But yeah, anyway, I was the first library prefect, and I was really happy with that. And I just remember in like year 10, year 11, like sitting at the library door, because I was like the bodyguard for the library, and I'd sit at that door, and then all the little year 7s who were coming in causing trouble or whatever, or thinking they're causing trouble, it's like, right, you got to go out now, and because you're like year 11, you know, you're a bit bigger and stuff, and the little year 7s are right down here, you're like, right, you got to go out now, where you go, and then you're shoveling them off out the door. So, oh, it was funny. But then the reverse of that happened to me in year 7. Year 7 and year 8, there was library prefects on the door, and I worked at the school library from year 8 to year 11, so 4 years. And there was, you know, in year 7 when I didn't work in the library, I was the opposite. I was the little year 7s coming in, getting carted out by the year 11s. But in year 7, I was a bit of a tearaway. You know, that picture I've got up there, I hung around the year 11s when I was in year 7, and they kind of took me under their wing a bit, and oh, we had some great fun. We really did. We had some great fun. But sorry, I'm rambling now. Here we go. Everyone's saying I hated high school. Hated high school. I was school dinner table head. Oh my God, I didn't think that was a thing. Got to divide out the lunch on the table of 8. You've got to wow, that's a weird job. I didn't know that existed. Like, you divide out the lunch. Wow, that's cool. Always larger lunches for me and mates on my table. Oh my God. Tactical Bite, nothing new ads. I was prefect 30 years ago. Glolfeld? Oh, I can't pronounce that. Glolfeld? I don't know. Glolfeld protection bracket, really? I don't know. It's something anyway. I don't know. Not wrong with a good ramble on. I know it's good, innit? Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it there, guys, because we're coming up to the hour, and I said I do want to keep it just a bit short of the hour so I can go and package up. But yeah, it's been nice talking again, as usual. I will have to check. Thank you, Retro, in the chat as well. I'll have to check that email out and get that sorted. I might do that before I do my packaging. But yeah, it's all go again, because this is the thing when it's like a Thursday, or, you know, maybe it's a Wednesday or whatever, and I'm picking up my auction purchases, it's usually a Wednesday or Thursday. I didn't do packaging yesterday, actually. So it would have been all right, because I kind of had it probably that was pretty much almost a full day off yesterday. I did do 10 listings. I did 4 in the morning. I did 6 at night. So I did do some listing. But yesterday was probably, since I started, it was probably most like a day off than any other day I've had in the last 2 years. So I am trying, you know, I really am trying to like have this, you know, perfect full day off. But it's so hard for me to break that, because I like to list. Because I think if I don't list in a day, I'm like, I've failed my business. I think that harshly, you know, I'm like, I failed my bit. If I do not list today, I have failed my business. That time that could have been put into my business hasn't been put into it. But what I'm trying to start to realize is that my business isn't my life. My life is my life, and my business is my business. So you have to, yes, your business does come into your life, but you've got to get that balance, and you've got to try and find that balance of where you actually are fine, and mentally I'm actually accepting of having a bit of time off, and I'm accepting of the fact that my business isn't going to fail after one day of you know, time off. So yeah, it's finding that balance, really. It's trying to break that. I suppose it's sort of I suppose I want to say anxiety in a way. It's some sort of form of anxiety or attachment to my business. But yeah, business pays for things you want to do in life. Very true. Yeah, that's what I need to understand. You know, there's no point in setting up a business and working as much as you physically can all your life, only to look back when you're 70 and realize, well, yeah, you've got a lot of, you know, you got a decent amount of money, but what did you do other than that, of even your business? You know, did you, you know, you didn't travel the world, you didn't meet people, you didn't, you know, create relationships, whether that's friendships or, you know, platonic relationships or, you know, other kind of relationships. You know, you didn't really do anything. So you've got to realize that, yes, you are creating a business, but the reason you're building this business, the reason you're putting so much time and effort into your business, is so that at the end of a few years or so, you know, once you've built that business to a good level, you can actually say, right, I'm going to use this money and I'm going to go on holiday and I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to create experiences for myself from the money that my business has created, you know. And then you go back into your business again and then you create more money and then you do other experiences. I mean, the one of, I won't say perfect, but a really good example of this is Ben. Ben does this very, very well. He has recently gone on holiday to Florida, hasn't he? And he seems to be very good. You know, obviously he'll still be thinking about reselling and stuff when he's on holiday, but, and I can't really speak too much for him because that, you know, that's him, you know, he needs to speak for himself. But what I've seen on his videos, he seems very good at being able to, you know, take that time out and use that money from his business to fund these experiences and stuff. And that's what you need to be able to do. You need to find that balance. Right, okay, I'll just quickly look in the chat. How late am I? Bloody YouTube never notifies me anymore. And I forgot what day it is. Haha. Hello all, that's Chrissy. Have you clicked the little bell, Chrissy? Have you clicked the little bell with the thing on my channel, on my subscribe button? And yes, this is a microphone. I've got one. I've gone all up market now. Hi, Southwest Seller, she says. I will catch up a little later. Are you getting ready for fourth quarter and are you looking for some specific stuff? Scavenger Hunt says, I am indeed. I'm not going to go into that too much now. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of stuff for fourth quarter. I've got even more stuff. You know, I'll have more stuff coming. I'll have more stuff. I mean, I've got a car boot this weekend. Now, you know me, I don't generally do a car boot every week. Well, I had a car boot last weekend, did I? Yeah, I had a car boot last weekend. I've got a car boot this weekend. Next weekend is the bank holiday weekend, so I've got 2 car boots. And then the weekend after that, I've got a car boot. And maybe even the weekend after that, I've got a car boot. So I'm really trying to step up my game with the car boots a little bit because I don't need the stock. I don't need the stock. But, you know, you can never really, there's another side of me that's saying you can never really have too much. And my cash flow is pretty good at the moment. So, you know, I have to go big or go home and invest as much as I can now for fourth quarter. So, yeah, I'll have a lot more stuff coming as well, whether that be through car boots or sniping on eBay or returns from Amazon or whatever it be. And then they go back into my Christmas stock or whatever. But yeah, loads of different ways of getting stock, really. Even auctions, you know, I might get a bit of Christmas stock there if I can. You look like a news reporter lad. Yeah, that's what I was kind of going. Well, I was kind of going for stand-up comedian, but you know, I'm not very good with my jokes, am I? So, but yeah, I mean, you know what I'd love to do? I'd absolutely love to do reseller stand-up comedy, but I just don't think there's going to be enough angles to it to sustain it for any period of you know, any period of time. Really, you could probably do about 2 or 3 shows and then your material might be, you know, it'd be hard to find new material. Not necessarily because there's not a lot to reselling, but just because it's very hard once you've got past those first few reseller jokes to try and think of more. It's very, very hard to script things. It's very, very hard to write jokes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I probably won't be doing things like that, but you never know. I might chuck a few little jokes in here and there. But you know, it's something I'd love to do. I mean, I'm not bothered about doing stand-up comedy in terms of other than reselling. I like reselling, I like comedy, so I would only ever really mash up the two. I'm not bothered about doing one or the other. Yep, I have the bells clicked. Same happens with Nick's channel lately. I have no idea why. Well, I don't know. I know it's weird. I'm on my computer anyway most of the time, so I can just see it pops up on my computer there. But yeah, I don't know. You just have to. I suppose you'll just have to watch me back, won't you? I don't know. I can't suggest anything that would help you out there, really. An Englishman, a Scotsman, and a reseller at the car boot. Yeah, oh my God, bloody hell. Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, it is hard to think of reseller jokes, but I'm trying to, you know, it's hard enough doing reseller comedy shorts and trying to find new angles in which to play the comedy in a reselling kind of way. You know, as I say, there's only I've only got a few ideas left, and I'm hoping that what generally happens with my ideas is they just spring upon me when I'm out for a walk or whatever. So, you know, you might see something or you might think of something and you'll get an idea from it. So I'm hoping that happens again very soon so I can get some more ideas jotted down. Oh, here we go. David Tennant cardboard cutout thing again. If I had that David Tennant thing and I didn't sell it, I'd have probably hit it or something. I think that's what you did. You probably whipped his head off. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's happened with it. I might have chucked it out. I don't know. It just goes. These things just go. If you've got any amount of unlisted stock boxes, you will know that if you leave them for 3 months and then you go back to that bottom box, say you've got a stack of 3 boxes, if you go back to that bottom box, right to the bottom of the box, there'll be something, if not multiple things in there that you've forgotten all about. And it doesn't necessarily need to be small items. It doesn't necessarily need to be big items. You just forget. You just forget. It's weird. Right then, my mate done a car boot sale and the Indian woman kept going back to his store wanting a ceramic figure cheaper. It was the last straw for him when he said, "Can you knock a bit more off?" What? I don't even... Oh, so he smashed the head off the edge of the table. Oh my God. Oh, very funny. Very funny. Yeah, right, so that's everything in the chat. So I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you for watching. Yeah, if you are watching this back, please do put a comment down below to say if you know, if the mic was okay, if I'm talking too loud, if it's too you know, if it's too quiet, all that sort of stuff. Just let me know, and I'll obviously have a look at the video back as well. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you either tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, I will see you very soon anyway. So yeah, bye, guys.